Hello YouTube and welcome back to another video. Today we're going to be doing a pickups vid. Yeah, pickups for April. Quite an expensive month this month, mainly because I upgraded my game storage. I'll chuck a couple of pictures in, show you what I've done. But basically, my old game storage were like a mango wood cabinet. It's solid wood and the shelves, you couldn't move them or mess around with them or add new ones. And it was small. And I was outgrowing it basically. And not because of games, it were because of Blu-rays. I mean, I have got quite a lot of games now, but my Blu-ray collection was filling shelves. So I moved my Blu-ray collection out of it. And I didn't like where my Blu-rays were, so I thought, you know what, I'm just going to buy new storage. On top of that, I wanted my TV unit in that room to match with my storage. And I'm going to have to build a custom TV unit to fit in the space I want, because it's like brick on one side and then there's like boxed in pipes on the other side, because it's quite an old part of the house. And buying mango wood, it's not easy and it's not cheap. And I'd have to make my own sheets of it and everything else. So I thought, you know what, fuck it. I'm upgrading my game storage. I'm going to make it something I can work around and build the rest of the room out of. So yeah, we went with Billy bookcases. Straightforward, great for game storage and DVD storage and Blu-ray storage. And went with an oak effect. Now, as you can see, I put doors on mine. I like my collection to be boxed away. So, I know a lot of people like it out on show. Personally, I like to be able to take a game out, put it in my console, and then just close the doors. Not have to think about it, not see it. Don't have everyone coming in and staring at it, and oh, look at this, and messing with it and touching it. Don't like that at all. It's my collection, keep your fucking filthy hands off it. And mainly, I don't like the sun getting on the spines. So, I like the doors on. There you are, that's all there is to it. But what a pain in the ass that was, because these doors, IKEA don't sell a full length wooden door. So they sell half wood, half glass, or full glass, or like a glass that's got a bit of a coating on it so that you can't see in it, but it looks shite. So what I've had to do is buy two half doors and mount the bottom doors on the top. But they don't fit properly, so they overhang by about 10mm at the top, half an inch in old money. Yeah, and there's no mounting spots for it inside, so you've got to drill all your own mounting holes and piss around and level them all out properly. Pain in the ass basically to fit some doors on a bloody IKEA cabinet. Why do they not just do full wood doors? Surely it's not just me in the world who wants to close shit away that's in your storage. Anyway, here's what it is. Mainly chose that colour because it fits in well with an old style house, and as I say, I've got like brick built fireplace on one side with a log burner, so I didn't want all of it were too fancy or modern looking. Yeah, and I can buy sheets of that just from like B&Q and stuff to build a TV unit out of, because it's going to be a pain in the ass fitting it in there. I'm looking at it now. I'm really struggling with how I'm going to build it in my head, because it is a pain in the ass. The wall on one side's all over the place. I'll probably do a vlog around building that, chuck it on the channel whenever I get around to it, sometime this month. Yeah, so pickups, proper pickups, that was just furniture, wasn't it? We've got quite a few games here, and quite a few I haven't played before, so I couldn't tell you much about some of them. But before we get going, I found this in a charity shop, The Art of God of War. This is for a new game on PS4. I say new, 2018 did it come out, so 6 years ago. It's not really new anymore, is it? It feels new to me. So yeah, absolutely stunning art book this. It sells for about 25-30 quid online, and I got it for a £5 in charity shop. Some stunning art in here, as you can see. Yeah, I was really happy to pick this up. I've not actually bought any of the God of War games back yet. I own this one, and I own, what's the other one called? Valhalla? Ragnarok? I can't remember. I get confused between Assassin's Creed and God of War. So I've got the two newer versions, but I've only got the standard releases. I would like the special releases for my collection. And the older versions of the God of War games, so PS2 onwards, I'm going to buy them too because I really enjoyed them back in the day. I've played through them numerous times. PSP games as well. Although I won't be buying a PSP, I'll buy the, I think it's called God of War Collection, Chains of Olympus and something else. God of War Collection 2 on PS3 basically, HD classics thing. So I'll probably buy that version. I'm going to start a God of War collection at some point. That's what I'm getting now. I haven't done yet, but I will do. Next up, we've got a couple of manuals. So, if you watched my recent James Bond collection video, you'll know that when I was looking through my games, I realised there's a couple of stickers on a couple of the manuals. It didn't really bother me, but I went all Billy Big Bollocks and thought, oh, I'll be able to get them off with a bit of glue gun. And yeah, I fucked it up basically. So I bought these, they were £1 each, something to note. I think they were £1 each plus 50p postage. And I thought, just to finish my games collection off, get it exactly as I want it, and be done with the Bond collection, I'm buying them. So I bought them, and there you go. End of that collection, that is finished, all lovely, everything I want out of it. Happy as Larry with that. Right, next up then, we've got a couple of upgrades. Yeah, we've got a bit of all sorts here, PS1 to PS4. We're going to start with a couple of upgrades that I've got. So I already owned these games, but I've been looking out for the special editions at a good price. And I came across them both at a good price, these. So we'll start off with Battlefield Bad Company, Gold Edition. Absolutely cracking game, this. I've not played this version yet, but I've played Battlefield Bad Company numerous times, 1 and 2. Absolutely cracking games. So back in the day, I wasn't sure whether I'd like these or not when I first picked them up, because the Battlefield series of games, although I can play through them, you know, they're good games, don't get me wrong, they never really hit home with me like Call of Duty or Medal of Honor did. But this is brilliant. This is just like, what can I say? It's like Full Metal Jacket. That's the feel you get when you're playing. The characters are just a bunch of fuck-ups basically, chucked together in a misfit little squad, and you're out on a rampage. It's fucking brilliant. If you've not played this, you grow to love the characters in it. You really get a feel for each one of them, and it's just a really good, fun blast. It really is. It's awesome fun. So I highly recommend this one. Really great game. I even platinumed it back in the day, and that takes a lot of doing, does that. One of the trophies, I can't remember the actual amount you had to do, but you had to do a hell of a lot online kills for one of the trophies, I think, and it took me months and months and months of playing online. I was playing other games and then going online for a few hours every night just to get that one fucking trophy. It took me ages. But yeah, brilliant game. Really recommend this one. And this is a lovely addition, so I'm quite happy to add that one to my collection. So yeah, basically, when I do an upgrade, the old copy, I'll put it in a pile, and then when I've got a pile of games I've got that's worth trading in, I just chuck them into CAX, get a voucher. Yeah, so if I buy a standard release of a game and I think it's cool, like the Battlefield Bad Company, I just picked it up in a bundle. It was on my list to buy, but I picked it up in a bundle. That's why I had the standard release. This was the one I wanted. And yeah, I've just chucked it into CEX basically. But brilliant game, really recommend that one. And I love this one too. So again, I had the standard release of this, I'd picked up. I'd not played this since I bought it back, but I have completed it back in the day. Need for Speed Shift. Bit of a step away from the standard Need for Shift game. So normally arcade style races where you're just blasting around, trying to be a gangster or whatever. You know, really good fun Need for Speed games. This is more Gran Turismo style, but again, really good fun game. The handling on it is brilliant, it really is. And the cars in it, amazing. I do love me a racing game. Like I said, I do like Gran Turismo. I've wasted hours of my life playing that. I do like Need for Speed games, so this is a nice little interim version of it. And it's a lovely addition and all, isn't it? That tyre on the outer case, really nice. surprisingly, it's a hard one to pick up in good condition. It's not expensive. I think I paid £8 for it, somewhere around that. But this outer sleeve always seems to be damaged. So it's pressed on this side, and it always seems to come away. Don't know why. But this one's in good nick. Nice addition to the collection. Great game. Right, we'll move on to games that I have played before and just brought back into my collection now then, I suppose. And then we're left with stuff that's new to me. So first up, just beat this. We have the Jak and Daxter Trilogy on PS3. Now I've never owned this before, but I played the shit out of the PS2 games back in the day. Really, really loved the PS2 games. I was going to buy the PS2 versions back, but then I figured, do you know what, I'd really like to play through them and get the trophies. So I splashed out and got the Jak and Daxter Trilogy instead. So you'd think it'd be the other way around, the PS2 games would be expensive, but this probably cost 3 times more than buying the PS2 versions. I think it was like 30 odd quid, and the PS2 versions you can pick up for a couple of quid each at CEX. So yeah, pricier option, but it looks stunning on this, it really does. I was not like upset that I'd bought this version and spent the extra money. And like I say, I'm a trophy hunter, playing through some of my favourite games and getting trophies for the pleasure of it. Yeah, can't go wrong. I've only played Jak and Daxter at the minute. I loaded up Jak and Daxter 2 and 3 just to see that they looked nice, and they do. But I thought I'm going to play through the first game. I can't remember what it's called, Precursor Legacy? I think it's Precursor Legacy. So yeah, I played through that, like I say, 100% of it, got the platinum, and looking forward to playing the other two. Graphically, absolutely brilliant, and the conversion, cock on. Really, really, really good game. So, over the moon with that one, looking forward to playing the other two. I was going to play it straight away, I was just going to jump straight on a Jak 2. But I like to mix it up. I like to go like platformer, then an action game, or a first-person shooter, maybe a racer. If I just play platformer after platformer after platformer, I do get a bit peeved off with them after a while. You feel like you're just going through the motions then. So I like to mix it up. But yeah, looking forward to playing the other two. And then, similar vibe, I bought the Crash Bandicoot games on the PS4. I think I only paid a tenner for this on PS4. I thought, you know what, I'm going to grab that. See how they play on PS4. And I was not upset about it, to be honest with you. Really, really great. They look a lot better. There's like little touches when you first load it up that you notice instantly, like how his fur moves and stuff like that. They've put a lot of effort into it. But I must say, the fucking loading times between levels, I think they're worse than the PS1. That's on PS4. So I don't know if it were doing like a install in the background or something. I don't know. We'll see. I've only played through the first couple of levels on Crash Bandicoot 1 so far. Again, I just put it in to load it up and check there were no updates needed and all that shit. Because I've actually moved on to playing a first-person shooter at the minute. But yeah, definitely going to come back to this and play it. Really enjoyed playing through the first few levels. It just brought back so many good memories. This was the first PS1 game I ever played, was Crash Bandicoot. Fucking love the game. Yeah, a lot of nostalgia for it. So I really enjoyed playing through that first part of that level. Looking forward to playing through the others. But that's it now. Everything else I haven't played before. My camera just cut out on me there. I don't know what happened. I think memory card must be running low or it's running hot or something. I don't fucking know. Can't tell because I ain't got a lens on this camera that flips up. I'm going to have to change camera. Really good camera is that. But I bought it for my other YouTube channel when I'm filming restorations and shit. You can see what's going on from behind you on that thing. So yeah, not really suitable for this sort of thing. Anyway, moving on. Games I've never played before. So first up we have Pandemonium on the PS1. Now, this is one I've never owned before. I believe I had the Saturn version back in the day. I'm pretty sure I had the Saturn version back in the day in all honesty, but I've never played it. It was on my list of PS1 games to pick up, was this. And I wasn't in a rush to do it, to be honest, until I saw somebody playing it on YouTube. The power of YouTube for a change. So, Roger Retro Gamer, he was doing a gameplay of some of his PS1 games, and this was one of them, and I was watching and I thought, that looks fucking brilliant that. I really want to pick that up. It's got Clonoa vibes, another game that I really love. So I thought, you know what, I'm going to have a look on eBay, see how much it is. And this one had just been listed for £4.50 by it now. Now the other one's quite a bit more than that, and I thought, I'm having that. Snapped it up, here it is. If you're not aware of Roger Retro Gamer, I'll put a link in the description down there. He's got a surprisingly low number of subscribers, to be honest with you. His content's really good, really likeable fella, lovely collection. So yeah, if you're not aware of him, go check him out. Cheers for doing a gameplay, Roger. Making me buy more games and spend more money. Just what I need to do. Yeah, let's stick to a similar vibe then. So this one's Pete's fault, SNES-tastic. I was going to buy this anyway. Medal of Honor games, love them. I think this is the only one I didn't have. I'm trying to think through them now. I think this was the only Medal of Honor game that I didn't own. I've not actually done a Medal of Honor collection, you know, like a series, but I have picked them up along the way. There's no real special editions or all like that for a Medal of Honor game, so I've just been picking them up as I see them, mainly in charity shops for £1 each. And this is the only one I didn't have, I believe. I'm trying to think now. I've got PS1 games, all 4 PS2 games. Yeah, I think I've got all of the Medal of Honor games. So yeah, this was the only one I didn't have. Never played it either, never played it back on PS2. But after watching Pete's gameplay of it, I thought, wow, that looks amazing, that. I'm going to have to pick that up. I do like me some PS2 shooters, I've got quite a few. Building up a nice little selection of PS2 first-person shooters now. This one looks amazing, really does. Again, you want to see a gameplay of it, go have a look at Pete's channel. I'm sure you all know SNES-tastic is, but I'll put a link down below just in case. So next up, we have Sniper Ghost Warrior on the PS3. Now, this is one that's been on my radar for a long time. Never played a sniper game, ever, outside the arcades. And always thought it looked pretty smart. So I saw this, I think it was £5.20 by it now, something like that. And it's in absolutely amazing condition. For the steelbook, you can only get a few little things or chips on them. Some are normally, but this is absolutely spotless. And I thought, you know what, I'm going to pick that up and see if I like it. And I'm currently playing this. I've just finished the second zone, so like I'm on about level 6 or 7. Just finished it. Great game, really is amazing. Took a bit of getting used to. So when you first start, if you're used to playing Call of Duty and stuff, controls are slightly off, it feels a bit wonky. But once you get used to the sniping, I'm like quick scoping, headshots, bang, straight off now. Brilliant, fucking brilliant fun. Sneaking around in bushes up behind enemies and just knifing them in back and stuff, and then pulling out a sniper rifle, bang over there. It really is a great fun game. Tricky though, it is tricky. So until you know the levels and the layout and where people are going to be and stuff like that, it is hard to work your way through the levels without getting like spotted or raising alarm. If you do raise alarm, it don't mean the end, you know, you can like nip out and get into a nice safety spot and shoot still, you can get through it. But it feels so much better when you're just blasting through and just going headshot, headshot, headshot. It feels fucking amazing. And I'm not really a stealth gamer, to be honest with you. I'm normally a guns blazing, off you go. But when you're blasting out of cover, doing a mad headshot and then sneaking straight to your next spot, it don't feel like stealth, it just feels like planned murder, and it's ace. So yeah, really enjoying that one. That's the last of the games that are new to me, barring this. I've got one more pick up and that's it. So again, new to me, I've not played this. But this, unlike those where they're just games I've bought off the hat, this was a planned purchase because it's the start of a new collection. So I've nearly finished all of my game series that I'm collecting for at the minute. I've got a couple of games I need for my Call of Duty set. And maybe one variation for one of others, I don't know. I'm not many off anyway. But my like watch lists on eBay have just dwindled and dwindled to the point where I don't really have them anymore. So I thought, right, time to start something new. As I've mentioned earlier, I'm going to start a God of War collection. I'm still making a definitive list of the games I want for that. But before that, I thought I'm going to try Tomb Raider. So I've heard a lot about this game. Brilliant game apparently. So I wanted to pick it up, see if it's any good, and if it is, I'm thinking I might start a Tomb Raider collection. So I've never played anything beyond PS1 games. I played all of the originals. I didn't play Tomb Raider 1 on PS1. I think I beat that on Saturn. Yeah, I did, because my battery was dead for the saves. I had to leave my Saturn on for a week and my mum was kicking off at me because we're on an electricity meter. Yeah, but I've beaten all the PS1 games, and then for some reason when I went to PS2, I never bothered buying Tomb Raider. I just didn't. There were Angel of Darkness. What other ones? Legend? I can't remember. Underworld, something else. Anyway, there were a few games on PS2, and then there's a few games on PS3 as well. So I thought, you know what? I'm going to start with this one because everyone says it's really good. I'm going to play through it, and if I like it, I think this will be another collection I'm going to go for. I was planning on picking up the PS1 games at some point, because I do really enjoy them. So, you know, we'll probably start PS1 all the way through to modern day. It'll be a nice little collection. I don't think there's many like special editions or all like that, so it's not going to be like an amazing collection to look at, but it'll be a nice little collection to play through, I think. I haven't heard great things about a couple of the PS2 games, but other than that, I think, yeah, they'll all be pretty playable. So anyway, I think this is a good start to it. Absolutely amazing condition. Nice little box set. There is a bigger version of this. I can't remember what to call it now, but it comes in a big massive tin, but it's quite sizable. So yeah, I strayed away from that one. I thought it was just probably a bit too big for my gaming shelves. Went with this one, and I'm not disappointed at all, to be honest with you. It looks absolutely amazing, doesn't it? I'm a big fan of the film as well, the new film. I do like the old films with Angelina Jolie, but I thought the new film were a hell of a lot better. Really, really intense action in that one. So yeah, looking forward to playing that one. It might go quite high on my playlist. I think I'm going to do another platform after I've finished Sniper Ghost Warrior, because I've got a fair few of them in the background at the minute now. But then I think I'm going to play this next. Still not played Last of Us. Best game of a generation apparently, but you know, still not played Grand Theft Auto 4, 5. I still haven't got my PS5 out of his box. That's the way it goes. That's it for pickups for this month. There were a couple of others. I picked up a Call of Duty game from my Call of Duty collection, and I picked up the last Devil May Cry game I needed for my Devil May Cry collection as well. So yeah, I'll show you them in collection videos at some point or other. No big rush. But yeah, next month is shaping up to be quite the sizable spend. Quite a lot of pickups. I think I've probably overspent already. What are we on? May the 7th at the minute, I think. I've probably overspent already for May. So yeah, might be 2 pickups videos next month. We'll see. I don't think I could do one, because it's going to be split into 2 very distinct, different zones. Anyway, more about that when they happen. That's it for today, and I'll catch you again soon in another video. Bye!